విని సభను జయప్రదం చేయాలని కోరుతున్నాను. మొదట సిపిఐఎం పాలిట్ బ్యూరో సభ్యులు మన సీతారాం యేచూరి గారి సహచరులు కమిటీ ఎంఏ బేబీ గారిని నివాళులు అర్పించాల్సిందిగా కోరుతున్నాను. ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ కమిటీ బేబీ టు పేడ్
Comrade Srinivasa Garu, President of the meeting, Sodari Sodaralara, it is a extremely difficult and impossible task to speak about our dear comrade Sitaram Yechury in the past tense. We have been working together. Both of us started our work together at the All India level at the same time, more than 4.5 decades ago. To be precise, in 1979 February, in the third All India Conference of Students Federation of India in Patna, we were elected together to the All India leadership of SFI. He as the Joint Secretary and myself as the President. Then most of you remember the outstanding theatre personality, martyr Safdar Hashmi. His younger brother Sohail Hashmi was also part of the leadership of SFI elected at Patna conference. Nepal Dev was the General Secretary. Saifuddin Chowdhury, who later became a very vocal member of the Lok Sabha, he was one of the Vice Presidents. Till then, the All India Center of SFI was almost single-handedly managed by the then President of SFI, Comrade Prakash Karat. But we were entrusted. 5 of us were entrusted with the work of setting up the All India SFI Center in Delhi. That was the time when Comrade EMS Nambudiripat was the General Secretary of CPIM working from Delhi. Comrade B.T. Renadive, Comrade M. Makineni Basavapunnaya, MB as you all affectionately call. He was the theoretician and ideologue of the party, well known. Harkishan Singh Surjit was also working from the All India Center. So along with Sitaram, Nepal, Saifuddin, Sohail Hashmi, we started our activities in the SFI All India Center. I don't want to elaborate those days because all important leaders of political parties are present here. They would all pay tribute to Comrade Sitaram. I would only like to recall some facets of his life which others are not familiar with as a student leader. Then Comrade Sitaram was entrusted with the work of editing the journal of SFI, which is Student Struggle. That was the title of the organ. Till then, the SFI organ, central organ, Student Struggle used to be a collection of activities of SFI in different states. But once Comrade Sitaram took over as the editor of Student Struggle, he gave a new shape to the journal. He started publishing articles about science, culture, literature, music, film, and so on. The contribution made by Comrade Sitaram as the editor of Student Struggle brought him to the notice of leaders like EMS, BTR, MB and so on. Now I take a fast forward. Our party, we had Navaratnas at its leaders, right from Comrade P. Sundaraya to AKG, Jyoti Basu and so on. I have mentioned some of the names. Pramod Das Gupta. They felt that a new crop of leaders need to be developed in the party for the future of the party. So they have identified comrades like Prakash Karat and Sitaram Yechury. Those were the times when we were inspired by big, massive, progressive movements coming up in Europe, in Latin America and so on. But during the same phase of our student youth movement activity, in the late 80s, we have witnessed some earth-shaking changes in the world politics. Soviet Union got disintegrated. Socialist practices in East Europe also collapsed. People started talking that socialism does not have any future because Soviet Union is no more. East Europe is no more. It threw up very serious theoretical and philosophical questions as to how you understand what has happened in USSR and East Europe. It was at that point of time, in 1992, our party held its 14th Party Congress in Chennai, where we had to address these questions. The theoretical prowess of Comrade Sitaram Yechury got expressed in this 14th Congress of CPIM, which was held in Chennai. There was a historic, important document, certain ideological issues. It's available even today. People refer back to that. This resolution was to be introduced, debated and adopted in the 14th Party Congress. PB leadership, who were there in the leadership? EMS was there as General Secretary. Jyoti Basu was there. Makkaneni Basavapunnaiah, the theoretician par excellence of CPM, he was there. But they suggested a young comrade who is not there even as a member of the Politburo, Sitaram. He was called upon to introduce this document in the Party Congress. Comrade Sitaram had confided to me, which is not a party secret, I can share with you. Comrade Sitaram asked Comrade MB, that is Makkaneni Basavapunnaiah, MB, you are there. You should introduce this. There is a big lesson, that is why I am relating it with you. Then MB said, look, Sitaram, when we are all alive and active, we want to see how you can perform. We are here, you introduce it. If there are certain deficiencies, then we shall let you know. This is the history of how Comrade Sitaram emerged as an acknowledged theoretician of the communist movement. In the document, CPIM argued that it is true that there is setback in USSR and East Europe. It is not because of any unscientific nature of scientific socialism. Scientific socialism is scientific. But if it is implemented wrongly, if you commit some mistakes while implementing theory of scientific socialism, if there are certain aberrations in your practice, there can be setback. So Soviet Union and East Europe and the disintegration of socialist practices there only underlines certain aberrations that had happened in USSR and East Europe. This is the crux of the understanding of the theoretical document which was adopted in Chennai Party Congress. I don't want to test your patience anymore, narrating what has happened within our party. This I have related only to underline 2 points, that Comrade Sitaram, as a leader of the communist movement, always held high the theoretical understanding of Marxism-Leninism. He has also explained that if we wrongly implement the scientific theory of Marxism-Leninism, there would be problems. This is a very valuable lesson. We as a society have to understand. Communist parties are called upon to introspect more seriously, and Comrade Sitaram emerged as a theoretician and also a leader of the Indian communist movement under the guidance of outstanding leaders like P. Sundaraya, EMS, MB, BTR, Jodhibasu, Surjit and so on. His ability as a tactician in nurturing the broad India bloc to undertake certain political tasks in present day India. Everybody accepts the deftness with which Comrade Sitaram used to negotiate with political parties without breaking relationship, consulting and convincing comrades, parties and friends. He was a rare model. As a co-worker of Comrade Sitaram right from the student days, I can understand that it is an irreparable loss. It is a cliche widely used and abused, but so far as we are concerned, from the CPIM, we understand that his absence cannot be replaced by anybody. We will harness all our strength to see that the dreams only partially fulfilled, that needs to be realized, and the people, Telugu people especially, would feel more about his loss. He always loved, we used to say, Telugu is the Italian of the East. That is how we speak about the language. He was very proficient in that. And he was proficient in many other languages also. He was an internationalist. Next month, we are going to have another meeting of the International Meeting of Communist and Workers' Parties. It is slotted to be held in Beirut. With the kind of developments in Lebanon, we don't know whether this Beirut meeting would be taking place. These days, as part of the work of the International Department, occasionally I used to attend such meeting. Whenever I go, comrades who are coming there, most of them are seasoned internationalists. The first question they will ask to communists from India, how is Yechury? Because he used to be very active with the international communist movement also. Along with you, I pay my humble tributes to the great revolutionary. Let us try to cherish his memory and take forward the message of establishing an egalitarian society in India and outside. Thank you very much.